Hello, internet people. Yes, my introductions are always terrible.
Yep.
Get over it.
You gotta have a fixed introduction. Like
Yeah.
big words.
So we are currently missing one person for the start of this game, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway because that's how we roll. So while I yeah, while I get set up here,
He will be back.
he will be back. So I'm just gonna like quickly muck around with some stuff on screen. But why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves to everyone so that you know, we can fill some dead air real quick.
Okay, I am Frank. I play Ripfist Hurlpaw, a Gnoll Bloodstorm Blade who chucks harpoons and murders things quite aggressively. Apparently, I also have the highest charisma of the group, which is kind of funny. So kick ass. Yeah, the dog man's going to be doing all the
He's the face.
talking. Yes, he's the
face.
drooling, snobbering, yellow tooth face.
That's funny.
So,
God,
hell yeah.
it sounds like Duck has played Shadowrun before. I like that. Never knew that about you, Duck.
What? No, what?
Well, you said the face, and that was like, oh man.
Oh no, face is
Oh.
pretty common.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I think Shadowrun might have been one of the first people to coin it, but it's been taken over by everything.
Okay. So, we also have Caleb, who's playing Aiden.
Yeah. I'm playing Aiden Thalassa. He's a Reaper. He is a servant of the church, and his goal is basically to rid the world of evil.
He also reaps things.
He
on
also
the
reaps
reg.
things.
On the reg.
On the rag.
Reaper scorpions.
Last but not least, we have Jacob, who's going to be playing Kauri. I hope I said that right.
Kahir.
Kahir.
Kahir, yeah, I always get that wrong. Sorry, dude.
That's fine. So yeah, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Tahir. He's a cleric. I mean, I guess he's alone. Mostly, he thinks everybody's a moron so far, pretty much. I mean,
It's true.
we haven't done. He's also alone. I guess he's also alone to smite the evil that he's seen. But mostly, I guess you'd say he probably doesn't care that as much as everybody else does currently.
Yeah.
Maybe he
He's-
will a bit more when he realizes what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm Dave, aka Henley. Well, I'm going to be playing Jericho, who is for the most part, he's a wizard, but he also punches people, so that's fun.
punchy wizard.
Punchy wizard. His favorite catchphrase is "Motherfucker, I'm a wizard," among other things. And
Wait, when did you start the catchphrase?
Yeah, I'm about to say, which I've never heard before.
no, you've heard it before.
Yeah.
It's like the first session I had with Jericho, punching
Oh,
people, and I was like,
Mhm.
"I'm a wizard." I've never said it ever since, but I've said it once.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, in that case, my catchphrase is that 5-minute long cuss thing I went on before punching for an intimidation roll last time.
So everyone who's watching this for the first time on Hitbox, hello. We're in week 8 at the moment, so some things are probably going to be a little confusing for everyone. But my YouTube does have an archive of everything that's happened and transpired. We've gone through a lot of people to get to this point, both physically and in-game. We've had a few characters die, entire teams get wiped and whatnot, so it's a pretty interesting story so far. But I highly recommend you stick around and get a feel for what this game is, and then if you're interested, go check out the archives because it's all there waiting for you to ingest it. Last but not least, out of the party, I forgot to introduce him. How could I? We have our lovely and wonderful Duck, who is our GM. And Duck, I can pander to you more if you like, so that you don't kill me this session with RP. That'd be really nice.
I'm going to kill you with role playing. Okay.
So do you flirt with her? It's like, yes, I do. Well, then you die. Oh, okay.
She turns
Well,
out to be a witch.
You don't flirt with hill giants unless you can hack it, you know?
What are you trying to say, Frank?
I'm saying you can't hack it, Dave.
Oh, I see. All right. So yeah, let's get this die party started. You see what I did there? That's good, wasn't it? That's good. All right, Duck, take it away, man.
Okay. So we left off when you guys just bought the tickets, right?
Yeah, we were waiting. We had to like kill a week
Yeah, so you guys have to kill a week, and that's what this session is going to be. It's the week that you kill, or maybe just highlights of said week.
Highlights. Montages.
So, yeah, so really what this session's gonna be is just the role-playing aspect.
Mm.
It's also good that we're doing this on like a newer format, because then the newer people will get more attuned.
Mm.
So, really, it's kind of what you guys want to do, and then I'll just freeform it from there, because I know exactly what the town's like. Because
Okay.
you guys are technically in the town that I've worked the most on.
All right. Cool. Well, I guess my first port of call, I guess, would be to see if there's like, I guess like a university or something like that, maybe with like some sort of knowledge base, like of the magical section. I don't know. Like, can I go to a
Right.
library and go to M for magical and just sit down and read the books there?
So you just bury yourself
The
in the
most
library. For a
exciting
week.
week possible.
Well,
Hey.
my aim.
Intense reading.
My aim here, maybe I can do something a little more practical. It's up to you. But my aim here is, after seeing Caleb, not Caleb. What's your Aiden in game?
Aiden.
Sorry, Aiden. You know, reach into another planes and pull out weapons and use them to his advantage. I am so goddamn interested in that. It is unbelievable. So Jericho is going to either talk to Al about it, or he's going to try and research and find someone who can help him with this and learn more about the subject of the planes, I guess you could call it.
Planar
Okay.
weapons and all that stuff.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, it would be best to go to Al, because he's the closest, and the university is, halfway across town, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So Al, he would tell you that if you want to do that, you're going to have to, you're going to have to attune yourself to another plane. And since you can't attune yourself to the kind of plane that Aiden is,
Mm.
that you'll have to like do your own kind of a little quest in order to do so. And so he would say that you can go to the university for more information, because I've never really done this sort of thing. I've only relied on using magic purely. But I'm sure that if you do go to a university, there's even some people who can do that aren't a part of the clergy.
Okay. So Al is like stupidly good with electricity, and I just wanted to know, like, is that something that he's investigated at all at any point in his life, due to how he's so elementally aligned, I guess you could call it.
He says that he's pretty sure he could do it if he wanted to, but he's never found a reason to. He just likes using magic purely.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess I would attempt to go find someone in the university across town who might be a little more knowledgeable about the subject.
Okay, so just like the university you guys have always gone to, you have to like enter a lobby and talk to a person behind a desk to go anywhere, because all the other doors are kind of like not really guarded, but people will stop you if you try to go through them.
Okay.
It's like they don't want you learning about the mysteries of the universe if you're just anybody or something.
So, is there anyone like sort of who's the main person that would sort of block my path in order to find this sort of stuff?
It would be a person who works there, and then if you try to break the law of their school, they will get the guards on you.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't like, because reading books takes time, right? I'm not gonna like sneak in there and be like, oh, and find like a book and quickly read it or steal it or anything like that. No. What I want to try and do is maybe, like, if it will help, try and pretend to be a student there, or maybe like try and find someone outside of like school hours that's maybe a professor or something like that would know more about the subject.
Butter up someone, feed them some booze.
Yeah.
They are right now in between semesters, so they don't actually have classes right now. So all the
Okay.
professors are kind of preparing.
Hmm.
There is no school right now for them.
Okay.
The library is also, it's pretty free source except for the magical wings.
Yeah.
Because the magical wings you actually pay for.
Pay for entry.
Well, students pay to go learn magic, so yeah, they pay for entry in that indirect way.
Okay, and Al, being a professor, can't like.
He's not a
Yeah.
professor of that university.
No,
but
I
I'm
get
sure
it, but he is a
has
professor
pool.
of a university, and I'm
Yeah,
sure
he
that
would have pool.
he would have some sort of pool to get me in. Like, is that at
Yeah.
all possible? Can we work something out there, or?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I wanna try and talk to someone who's on staff at the moment, see if I can get some, like, sort of. I want to get started. 101 of planar travel, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would want to go to the library instead, which is a separate building of the university.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would ask the first person, who is the guy behind the desk, of course.
Yeah.
And he asks you, what kind of pine are you looking to learn about?
I look down at my hands and I'm like,
The one
well,
that spits out weapons.
yeah, no. And I look down at my hands and I'm like, well, I've always been sort of focused mostly on like, Earth.
You mean like rocks and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
He says, oh, okay then.
I'm partial
So-
to igneous.
He says, if you want to learn something like that, there is a wing, or you go past the the lightning wing. There is no fire wing. You go past the lightning wing, and
Aisle 3.
yeah, no, not aisle 3. The lightning
love-
wing is or the elemental wings are basically all stacked on top of each other, and the earth one is right after the lightning one. So
Mhm.
after you go through that one, you'll find the earth wing, and then from there, you'll have to talk to someone else.
Okay, all right. So the guy at the front desk, can he like? Does he know of like a book or something along the lines that would?
No, that guy is just a civilian that works there.
Okay, so he's not like a librarian or anything like that.
Oh yeah, he's a librarian, but he's not magical or knows about magic.
Okay, all
He
right.
just
Then.
knows where everything is.
All right, so I'll go there, and then I want to. I guess this is a knowledge arcana check.
Okay.
Or something to sort of check at a glance what books are like. If there's books about like, hey man, check out this fucking Earth statue I made out of Earth. I want to sort of skip all the nonsense, the flibby flabby stuff, and I want to get straight into the planar stuff. So I don't have a lot of time, and researching and whatnot takes a long time. So yeah, that's what I want. I want to be able to get to that point, so as quickly as possible. And maybe a check
Okay.
will help me get there faster.
All right. While he's doing this stuff, can I jump in?
Yeah, go
So
for it.
before Dave doing this library thing, I look at the other people and say, "Boon companions, I wish to learn more about you. What say we find us a tavern? You guys interested?"
It's fine
I don't
with me,
think-
but I don't plan on drinking at all.
You pick like
you
the
can
most
pay?
two deadpan people to fucking...
There's nobody else there. It's like,
Well, cleric and other fucking
hey, Friar Tuck
religious
that
person,
guy
would
was
you like to
never
come drink with me and get rowdy?
You don't need to get rowdy. I just figured, like,
Sure.
instead of
Well,
sitting in a
sure.
park feeding ducks, we can go somewhere where there's actually a slice of the city. We can learn about the city we're stuck in for a week.
Well, I mean,
Or
like,
you can
I've
go to
already
park
trotted
and feed
off
ducks,
like to
I
do my
guess.
own thing. I got a
Yeah.
thirst for knowledge at the moment rather than a thirst for drink.
We also need to find a place to stay too. And I figure this way we can go do a little tavern tour, figure out what places have good rooms, what places have other fun stuff.
You're the type
Or
of
the
guy that
holiest of
goes like
establishments.
Ripfist, like he might look menacing, but he's the type of guy that will go to a B&B, He's just like,
I can just see like a really snarling Noel with harpoon sitting there eating like bacon and eggs.
not bacon and
Hey, don't
eggs,
get
like
that doily
English
dirty.
McMuffins,
Those doilies are
man.
hand knitted, pal.
And,
Doilies
like-
can't be dirty.
I'd also imagine him eating like a cucumber sandwich or something like that. He's like, like,
That's an Australian thing. I've never even had a cucumber sandwich.
yeah, they're fucking
Um,
delicious, by the way.
They better be.
They're refreshing and
So-
filling at the same time. Yeah.
So here. But, all right, so we want to find a place that is disreputable enough we don't have to worry about like rich people being all weird, but not the kind of place where we're gonna get stabbed the second we walk in the door.
Okay, so
middle of the road, the kind of place where a bar fight's more fun, less murdery.
Oh, you're talking about the Spanked Whore down on 2nd Street.
no.
Sure. It's not the pox slag down on 69th Avenue.
Spanked
No. The last tavern was the Leggy Tit. The Spanked Whore is a new one.
The leggy tits my
It's the
favorite.
same thing.
No.
Spanked whore. They're all the same in the end.
Okay.
Depressingly accurate, I assume.
All right. So a tavern like that would probably be the Drinking Dragon, which is the most common middle class kind of tavern.
Cool.
It's very clean, and since it is the afternoon, there aren't that many people there. Most people are working, so this is mostly like unemployed guys or like just dudes that have a day off or something.
Okay.
The bartender, though, he looks at you and he automatically recognizes that you're a gnoll with two pretty holy-looking people. Like,
What gave
you
it
guys
away?
are
was it-
noticeably holy-looking figures, right? Like, I know one of you have like a symbol on your breastplate.
Black robes and the other stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I don't know about Kahir. Kahir, does he
To
like?
hear, like he has his armor, but his armor is kind of adorned somewhat with symbols to make it obvious that he's a cleric.
Okay, then. So he questions Rip Fist, and he's like, "Hey, what's that gnoll doing with two clergymen just walking around?"
Even clergymen must learn sometimes.
He says, "All right then. Well, do you guys need anything?"
Table and three tankards of your finest ale, and if they don't drink theirs, I'll drink it.
Naturally.
I never said I drink it fast, but
So he'll say, "You know what? I'll get that running. You guys just go ahead and take a seat wherever you want."
all right. So we plop down, and now I feel like I've railroaded this enough. You guys jump in.
I mean, there's not much to say really until our tankards are here.
Okay.
Okay.
So they just mad
Well,
dog each other for the entire time.
Yeah, it's just like
stare at
Stare
it's
directly
one of
into
those
the
really
face.
awkward silences where we're all just kind of like, okay.
So how's them clergymen's?
So what are the like? All right, what do your gods let you have like special rules about cavorting in taverns that you can or can't do, or how does that work? Hey, my guy's kind of ignorant.
No, I just don't get along well with others.
I tend to hate other people, so
I prefer not to stay in a tavern for too long. Too rowdy for me.
Okay. Then would this seem like a place we should bed down for the week, or you just want to try something else?
Seems
As long as
quiet
we can
enough.
find quiet rooms, I don't care.
Fair.
It seems quiet enough at least.
All right. So,
As you guys have another awkward silence, the three tankards finally come in from a barmaid.
I give her a silver tip, and I take a big old friggin' swig to hide my
Silver?
unsureness of what to say next.
I look at my tankard and then slide it over to the gnoll.
I'm
Take
gonna
a
sip.
I take a small sip and then decide that it just doesn't taste right.
he wakes
Good
up
enough for me,
7
so
days
I don't-
later, naked in the middle of the street with his bum pointing in the air. He has no idea how he got there.
in a bucket of ice with 2 scars where his organs used to be.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna get drunk, but I'm gonna drink. So I'm gonna, I'll sip. I won't go nuts, but I look around, see if anything looks interesting, make small talk with people around me. Generic tavern stuff for a little bit.
Right. So there aren't that many people there. There's not really a gambling kind of thing going on right now. Really, the only good piece of conversation would be the bartender, unless you talk to one of the patrons that are just biding their time or something.
Barflies and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I look at the other two. I'm like, hey, do you guys think we should learn more about the town, or do you want to just kind of lock up for a week?
Learning more of the town sounds like a good idea.
I feel like it would be smart to know if we should be expecting someone to bust in at night or whatnot. So,
We should at least look out for the local area.
cool, fair. All right. Are we close to the bar, or do I have to like flag the bartender down, or do I get up and talk to him? I kind of like everyone to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, you can probably like shout at him from there. Not too loud.
Actually,
but he'll hear
is it pretty busy or is it pretty dead right now?
It's pretty dead. Yeah, so a lot
Alright.
of the tables are empty, and it's just like a few stragglers.
I point to one of the bugs and say, bartender, this one's for you if you want to come and tell us what we can expect around here for the next week or so. See if he sits down and joins us.
Alright, so he doesn't have that much to do. His bar is cleaned, and all the mugs, except for the 3 that he just gave you, are all fine and dandy. And he says, well, you are in Old Mock City, which is the oldest town in all of the human empire. I would say that, it's a pretty easygoing town right now. There are a lot of unemployed people now, though, because a lot of Enemelians have been coming in, taking our jobs, you know. That's...
I look at him and I say, would you describe me as an Animalian?
He says, no, Knowles haven't been doing that. Knowles, they've been doing something interesting. It seems that they got tired of having the undead ransack their cargo ships, and I just read in the newspaper that they sent about 30,000 soldiers over to attack the undead empire.
Ooh. Was that something my character would know, or have I kind of been...
It's very recent, so unless he was
cool.
in the Republic at the time, like a month ago, then
Nope.
no.
He's been touring, looking for big things to murder. Then that is... You expect the war to cross borders, or do you expect this to be a quick sort of thing?
He says, well, I don't really know about that. The undead, they've really
Mr.
just...
Expert Bartender person, I just realized.
He hasn't... Yeah, he's like, I don't really know about that. The undead have really just been committing piracy along the eastern seas. I really just all read this stuff from a newspaper. I don't know a vast amount of it.
Oh, well. Any important figures in the neighborhood we should be on the lookout? Gangs or whatnot, or is it pretty quiet around here?
He says as long as you don't go to the poor side of town, you should be fine. They haven't really locked up the slums like they did with like they did in Mountain Ring, the Dwarven city, but the slums do sometimes have some criminals that come out in the night and ransack someone's house.
And now I'm assuming these slums are probably the best place for a guy to get something that might be of questionable legality, they say?
He says, I don't think I really know anything about that.
Sure,
It's fair. I don't need anything there, but I figure that pause says a lot, so... Cool. You guys got any questions about the local area or whatnot?
I mean, there's not much else that we would need to know besides where the poor area would exactly start.
Well,
But
need to know is one thing, but knowing extra stuff's probably better. We do got a week to kill.
What's the best place for us to stay?
Well, of course, he'll tell you
Fine.
right here.
I mean, did you expect any different answer?
How many free rooms do you have, and what do they cost?
Do you have a breakfast buffet that we can take advantage of now?
Do you have a free continental breakfast with every night?
He says, if you guys just chip in a few silver, then you can stay here for the night.
I thought the
Well,
plan
looking
was
for
the
the
two
house.
clergymen were going to stay in a church.
No, we decided that we'd stay with you guys, so
Oh,
we
okay.
didn't split up the group.
Yeah, alright, I'll stay out of it.
How much silver are we talking about here?
Just 3.
How about we go
Oh,
down
and-
to 2?
Yeah, this is where it kicks in. We have to, remember? We don't have a
Yeah.
choice.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay then.
And if he says no to the 2, I'm gonna totally do another intimidate roll at him.
Please.
Well,
Reed
I
does
need
seem
that
a
in my
little
life.
steep.
well, Kahir would have to do his intimidate check himself, or bluff. What would that be? I guess
I think
diplomacy would work.
Yeah, diplomacy would work better.
Yeah, diplomacy. Alright, let's look at this mess of my character sheet. Okay, it deleted the rank for it. I was thinking I had 3 in it. So that should be a 5. Where is... How did that tab go? There it is. 20 plus 5. Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Oh, he says, listen, I know you're a man of the church, but I have to make my money too.
Damn.
Out of curiosity, is there any way I can? I'm trying to think of a way I can tell him, like, hey, like just look like make us all look really fucking tough and scary, and like, hey, you will not have to worry about anything if you've got big old bruisers like us watching your place for a week. Knock a silver off the rent. We'll call it square. Don't knock a silver off the rent. I'll pick my teeth with a nail. Like, yeah, it could be bad.
And I kind of might have drawn my greatsword a tiny bit, not enough to basically lure anybody else, just enough to get the message across.
Just you caress the sword gently. Ought to work.
He cleans his
Start
sword.
polishing it again. Yeah, I'm gonna polish it again.
Yeah. Need to
All right.
polish.
Intimidate. I'm getting a skill modifier of 11, so roll a d20 plus 11. Can I do this or?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I swear to God, if it's another one.
I think that would be a great sort of character trait where every single time I intimidate, he only rolls 1. Plus 11. I got a 20. 9, so.
Okay, so since the bartender didn't expect such a kind of brash tone, he says, "Well, all right then. If you guys agreed to check out my place and make sure nothing does get stolen from here, I guess I can knock a silver off for each of you."
Sound good?
Yeah. And
Are you guys trying to do this for Al and William and Jericho as well?
I figured kind of all of us, but
But we're not
yeah,
there, so
Yeah.
does he have? Would it be individual rooms for everybody, or would it be doing 2 to a room, 3 to a room, like sharing a big old common room? How does the inn work?
It's beds that can fit 2 people, just one. So, I mean, if you want to cuddle with one another, that's fine. But
Hey,
I
it's
don't
not
judge.
it's not gay
Hey.
if you're a null. That's just
Not
me
gay if
telling
you're
you.
it's not gay if you're a null.
Yeah. But
Nulls sleep with each other all
mean,
the time. It's not weird at all.
it's not like I don't think they have the weird hang-ups about homophobia or whatnot. I'm fine doing 2 to a room. That way, if we're really paranoid, we can have someone keep watch while the other person sleeps.
I mean, the clergy will probably just take one room.
Okay.
I would
So?
like to have my own room, actually.
Oh, actually, yeah, we have 5 people, don't we?
Hmm.
Then we have 6,
We have
including
6
Al.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, we got 6 people.
Oh, yeah, we do. Jericho will probably want a room with Al.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Why not?
Wait,
Why
do you
not?
guys
It's just
really
a creep.
do you guys really want your own rooms? I'd rather
Yeah.
have someone in the room with me, just so like, hey, you're staying up, and then you stay up for half the night. I'll just do
Jeez,
the
how
watch
fucking
thing.
paranoid can you be,
I'll
man?
probably
I've
He is
been,
a
I'll
null.
probably, I'll probably
I've
room
been
with you
shafted before. So
then. Yeah, I'll
which-
probably room with Ripfist then.
okay, all right,
Okay, then.
yeah. So
I
me
mean,
and
it's a
Kay
big
got-
bed. You
photos
guys don't
for,
have to like touch penises or anything. It's not that small.
Too late. No.
Head to foot,
Yeah.
head to foot, head to foot. That's all we need to do, man.
Head to
Hey,
Head to
hey,
foot,
ass
man.
to ass, nothing else.
Put a little pillow in between us, you know.
Creepy.
You can't
So.
fucking get close that way.
Yeah. Don't cross the pillow. That's fair. All right.
Well, to save money, I would bunk with Al, obviously, because whatever. I'm
Okay.
used to living with the guy anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Okay,
Alright,
well,
then.
we'll make sure that the owner of the tavern knows that we have more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Or I guess right
Like,
now let's
take
hash out
more rooms.
the details. Like, hey, we're going to be here for a week. It's going to be 2, 4. We'll need 5.
Three
Do you
rooms.
think
3 rooms.
3 rooms?
Yeah.
Caleb, you wanted your own room, right?
yeah,
I'm not supposed to call you Caleb. Aoden, you wanted your own room, right?
yep.
So that'll be 4 rooms now, which
Mhm.
means we'll have 2 people. Sorry, so
William can have his own
I-
room because he's not.
yeah,
here,
he gets
so-
his own room too.
Hmm.
All right, cool.
All right then.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna go dump a bunch of my gear in my room, and I'll come back down and then finish some drinking. I try to keep an eye on the. I take a look around the inn, see like, hey, what would be? I mean, if I did intimidate the guy, I should probably like just try to do a decent job, making sure no one burns a place down. So, are there like a lot of entrances I'd have to keep an eye on, or is there like one main way in, one main way out?
There's the
does
front
it work?
door, and there is a there is a trapdoor that goes to the cellar, but the cellar has a door on the other side outside the tavern, but it's usually locked that way. But I mean, it's not impossible to just smash the door or something if you really want to get in that way. The last one would be that you can probably just break in through a window.
Okay.